The angelic figure stands upon a... You no longer look without, but within. You... A dying shark lies gasping on the sand, bleeding from the mouth and gills. It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath.
No! Die here! My monster's bigger! More and more!
It looks at you with its cold
What's happened here?
That void woken had someone in its claws. Read the Reaper for me. And not just a caravan. I remember one just like this picking me up. Could have been a shipment to Fort Joy. But what happened here?
No, no, no! Nice. Can't be real. Not real. Not happening. No, it's not true. Can't be true.
Light as driven with salt. The dwarf flinches at your approach, yet she holds a short...
Back! Get back!
Shh, lass. I know you're all a fright. In times like these, I don't blame you. But I ain't out to hurt you. Now, why don't you take a few breaths?
She slumps, all
No. I've never seen it.
Void walking, you mean? Poor
Those. Yes. Worst ones I've ever seen.
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Duna's beard. Lohar. My...
Lohar, eh? Where will I find...
Oh, well, you'll find him in Effie's Emporium, neath the Black Bull. He's a fine man. A little gruff, yeah. But he's the only one in Drift.
She looks up at Beast through tear-stained eyes. But
Oh, Seven sympathy. I saw those things dragging the sword.
she flinches at the slightest rustle of wind through the long...
That doesn't sound promising, does it?
The little boy lobs a stone across the river. It
Oh, Ma!
Huh? There was a fight. Some dwarves attacked some magisters and there were sorcerers. They killed everyone. And my ma got 'em to chase her. And she went across the bridge. And then she raised the bridge and she told me to run. And now she's stuck over there with them. Not without Ma. Family doesn't just leave each other. You will. It isn't. Ma's in our house across the river. The bugs haven't gotten in yet. All you need's a way across. Ma lifted the bridge, but there's got to be another way, right? What should I do?
His gaze shoots to the ground. He grabs a...
I'll keep distracting him. No way. Ma didn't leave me.
He performs a divine...
Now go out. Looky here, bugs. Oh! Ma, can you hear me? Come on, Oh! Oh!
Just when I think this land... Still. At least this is an interesting...
You're stumbling away from the shoreline, a deep wound in your side. Behind you, a clearing further inland, but the sky is already... Eloisa was the prettiest girl, not to others, but to you. Her luminous eyes shone brighter than the moon. The day you collared... A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum. A shadow moves below you.
Eggy gone. Baby Eggy gone for good. Help! 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 Marge! Marge knows. I saw. They were stolen. The babies, the eggs, something. Horror, thief, horrible thief. It came in the night. It took the big as a cow, big as a house, and many, many legs. Too many. If I showed you, you could bring them back. Map. Show me your map.
In a flurry of feathers,
That's where they are. I went after my babies. I saw where they went, but they changed so much. They're back. Baby's gone. Help.
Yeah. Yes, you
Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some Voidwoken's gross gullet piece.
the older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his...
Halt! What word do you bring?
Have you seen signs of battle? Did you encounter our Magister brothers and sisters?
The younger one's face
The Voidwoken come.
Hush, Fader. You may pass, traveller. Dare say you'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But before you do, be quick, mind.
He nods his head in the direction.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
Are you sure? Them sorcerers from the caravan?
They'd be daft to come back. As long as there's no sorcerers.
The silent monk...
This town looks peaceful enough. Let's find out if looks deceive.
Smells worse over here than a dozen.
My word, but you do look exhausted. Have at it. Got yourself situated.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit you, ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Do anything that will protect against voidwoken.
I can turn aside fire, cold, and poison. But Voidwoken, God knows what'd stop those beasts.
Cold steel it is then.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yep.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar. They don't come visiting us. Who will? Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
There's a lot of call for the junk you sell, then.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If they don't come visit you, Tanya, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If you anything, they don't come visit you, Tanya, who will?
Like a torn aside
Wouldn't you like to know?
and poison. Wide woken. God knows what'd stop those beasts.
Cold steel it is, then.
Lucian's day coming and I can't afford tatters. What's the world coming to?
You needing supplies? Anything more? Until later, then.
You, stranger! What are you doing here? Good. Tell me. Have you seen a man around here? Grey beard, grey cloak, a look of madness in his eye. Damien, take it all. Where is the snake? It's vital that you report anything unusual. We must know. He arrived in Driftwood some days ago, dressed as a tinkerer. He bought and sold a few knickknacks. But as soon as he knew we were onto him, he ran. We think he'd now be on your way.
My friend. Ain't looking too good for them lizards. You remember what happened to the elves, don't you? Ain't no one seven save us. Stabbed to kill them all, I say. I mean, they doomed us jolly Justinia, Queen of the Dwarves. Here's 20 or so noble... You ask me, and I say she's... Ain't this news?
Lucian's day coming and I can't afford tatters. What's the world coming to?
Wars are brewing, my friend, and I'll stand by your side. But prices will... Special prices for you, my friend. War is hell, my friend, but it's very good for business. Good luck to you.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
March against the ancient empire!
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know? Queen Justinia executes 24 noble.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't hear too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
You're safe among friends. Keeping it together, Reed. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Reed.
I'm all right. Danny's gonna think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by seekers. Culprits still at large.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Queen Justinia executes
Keeping it together, Reed.
I'm all right. As long as I don't think too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Why, Walken? God knows what'd stop those beasts. Cow stealing.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such things?
The kind that don't fancy starving along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Together, Reed.
Keep talking to me when you let that bit in sawdust from a cell floor.
You're safe. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know? Well met, friend. Interested in driftwoods?
You look down at the cart and see fish with flaking scales, tumours and, in one case, 3 heads.
It's free to look. Just don't bear troubles, friend.
Not in any mood to talk about it.
keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends.
Hackles raised, the dog barks at the sand built up beneath the building.
You're nice, and I'm a good dog. Yes, I am. There's something not right, and that's wrong. It's under the house thing there, and it's bad. I can smell it. You be careful now. What's under...
Right about me. I'm just another useless
Take
elf.
that, sorcerer.
You're dead, Alexander. Alexander, you're dead. You
Here, Mrs. Alexander doesn't have to stay dead, does he?
That's no good. This is going
See?
nowhere.
Told ya. Take that, sorcerer.
Turtle Johnny puts an invisible sauce...
Take that, sorcerer! No more saucy sauce. I hate this game.
Who would do this?
The little girl giggles and runs. For a moment, you watch.
Come on, damn you. Think.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down...
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf...
What? Why do you sneak up on me? Don't you know how dangerous that is, the way things are? Haven't you heard? My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. 3 Magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some tinkerer named Higba is behind it all, but they're wrong. I'm certain of it. He might be a greedy little junk peddler and a sorcerer to boot, but hardly capable of seizing Magisters. That's what I'm intent on finding out. This tavern is full of scum and degenerate. I have to keep investigating, keep the pressure up. The culprit will make a mistake eventually. If you see anything suspicious, let me know. You do that.
You're safe among friends. Never forget
Hello, missus.
The little boy looks at you.
You be careful. My daddy's a man.
No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies round here. We were waiting for our friend. He went
swimming all the way to
Fort Joy.
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's gonna find his mum and bring her back. Cool.
Missus, have you seen...
They're innocents in a world with precious little innocence left.
The truth hurts.
Kids are resilient. Tell them the truth.
The horror grows.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't, Joe. I bet it...
She bursts into tears, then looks from you to her and back again. Then, after a moment, the crying...
So where's Joe?
They look puzzled.
I think we should go home.
Bye-bye, Mr.
They skip away, still chilled.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. You too, Julian. Show 'em how it's done, man. Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. You too, Julian. Show 'em how it's done, man. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your back. The Lord Dread awaits. It's...
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
I'm going nowhere right at this moment. Nowhere since something crossed my path. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bow... Of course you haven't. He
licks his lips.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss. My favourite one. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't need... There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer and sniffs.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelled very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. A would-be Magister has to prove her killer instinct, after all. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think but they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? But some I've need of a rat catcher. Of course. I must depart post-haste. But Julian here will stay behind and be a good little...
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you.
Like I said, Julian. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of string? One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their ear. Adieu and good luck. The time has come, my stitched lit lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
These sacks weigh like lead. It's a disgrace I have to toil like this.
You'd swear the shark was smiling at you.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among
Penny
friends.
for a sick dog? A glance at the dog's
What am I, dog's doctor? Dog's sick. Go on, kiss a penny for a sick dog. Paddy for a penny. You can sing him a love song and call him...
Rotten eggs dropped in a vat of
The dog
vinegar.
lies there quietly.
What are you looking at? I'm sick here. Get lost. Got a pain in the neck.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls. The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet the dog goes to bite your hand.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks, woman. I think I'll wander off now. Here, before I go, what could Master did?
How you holding up?
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran... God damn it. That was my livelihood. No. No. You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right.
He gives you a cool look, then rummages.
That's your lot.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
I have to stop these disappearances. My career is at stake.
Blessings of the divine upon you, my lady. My husband and I were just sitting down for a picnic under the sun. We haven't much to offer, but would you care to join us? Nonsense, come, sit. There you go, all cozy. So tell me, are you heading to Arks like we are? Nicholas and I wouldn't miss Lucian's Day for the world. Oh, but all roads lead to Arks around here. And you will visit us, won't so come. Let us break bread and strengthen ourselves.
You eat, drink, and have a good time of...
Surrounded by incompetence.
Where is it? Where is it? Madam? Please, have you seen a blast? It's gone for good,
She rubs a hand over her smooth head, then suddenly looks up at you.
There isn't any chance you could spare a moment to help me look, could you? I wouldn't dare ask it if it weren't terribly important.
Tears star her eyelash.
I know. What a crime. The pouch. I really must find it back, or my master will flay me alive. Magister Raymond, he bade me take the coins to purchase supplies for his journey, but I dropped it along the way. He sure...
She tilts her head back.
I'd never do such a thing. Never.
She reaches out as though to shake your hand, but stumbles, falling a little into your arms. She laughs, embarrassed, and as she pushes off of you, she reaches lightly into your pouch. She stands up, straightens herself, and skillfully tucks some of your gold coins into her waistband.
Ha! Lucian's legs. No one's ever felt me lift him off him. You're good. I mean, come on. I'm not doing this for cacks and giggles. I swear. Like a beggar, you mean? Yeah. And then you'd walk by with a You really want to know? The Magisters took the love of my life down to Fort Joy. Did you hear they're turning sorcerers into those I'll die before I'll let them do that to Butter. So I need money. For a boat, for a crew, enough to bribe someone into letting her go. I'll find a way.
She freezes, then starts to visit.
You met her? Really? How was she? Was she healthy? What'd she say? What'd you say? How did she seem? That's my lass. Always knows how to stay on top. You seem like a good sort. And this is the first news. Take these, eh? They're yours. And...
Magisters dropping left and right. Can't say I'm shedding...
Surrounded by incompetence. I deserve a better posting.
The Magister startles, realizing there's a string.
What do you want? You can't just come in here as you please. There's Magisters missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody investigation. Ah, I see. You're sniffing around for a reward. Well, there'll be gold. He's a tinkerer type named Higba. Grey beard and a dark cloak, according to reports. He's still here, so if you see anything, tell me or my men at once. Otherwise, keep the hell up.
I'm watching you, stranger.
I need those reports, damn it.
Of course, sir. Right away.
The silent watcher stands.
I'm on a break now, Yvette. You better not fall asleep on your watch again.
Calm down, Brianna. Carver's got his dossier on the sorcerers. Everything's falling into place. All I need to do is watch.
Head nodding drowsily, the Magister brings her voluminous sleep.
They won't take me unawares. I'm ready for anything. See? I haven't slept well, I'm ready. That's what matters. Vigilance! Why, whoever's snatching Magisters off the street and disappearing them? 6 lost in a week. 6!
Waving you away, she cranes her neck to scan all...
You can't go in there, missus. The Meister isn't home and the Magister's locked her out. They was very angry about it. They said mean things about the Meister and they left a mess, a big one. She's my friend. She was one of the Magisters once. She was but then she stopped that and just stayed in the house all the time. She used to play with me. I'm not allowed outside the village.
She looks around theatrically to see if there's...
When the wind blows from over the stream, I can hear the Meister. I can hear her.
She gives you a look of the darkest meaning. Then she takes a deep...
A most vile.
All this damn work and nothing to show for it. Might as well have rotted in the death pot. What's even the point?
The cat stares up at you. It's midnight.
8 lives already gone. But I'd gladly lose the last if you can throw me a fish. One of those smelly kind. But I need 'em. So yummy. They taste like shadows and spoiled cream and turn the air dark.
He stares at the fish. The cat licks his lip.
Maybe I should stick to...
He pokes his nose at your mouth.
I think you'll find something interesting there. I'm so...
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Oh, you want I've got eggs to lay, grass to...
The dwarf is unnaturally still. You might mistake her for a corpse, were it not for a slight twitch of her eyelids. She calmly opens her left...
What do you want? Cobwebs, I reckon. Maybe some spiders and silverfish. Ain't hardly nothing. This is the warmest corner in the house, is all. And didn't I tell you to scram? Wine all you want. I'm staying.
Before you can ask more, the dwarf holds up a...
You best get.
She rolls her eye. The dwarf is unnaturally still. You might mistake her for a corpse, were it not for... She calmly opens her left...
I ain't one of your... What do you want? Cobwebs, I reckon. Maybe some spiders and silverfish, rats. Nothing you want. Unless you collect cobwebs, I guess. Queen, my behind. You ain't much...
Before you can ask more, the dwarf...
You best get.
She rolls her eye. The dwarf is unnaturally... She calmly opens her...
What do you want? Cobwebs, I reckon. Maybe... Ain't hardly nothing. This is the warmest corner in the house, is all. And didn't I tell you to scram? Ah, that's you again.
Right where I want.
Prepare yourself.
Right where I want you.
Prepare yourself!
Lives are at stake.
Hurts, doesn't it? Glory is mine.
Won't budge.
Oh, it won't budge. Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck
I
asking
spotted
dudes
something.
to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
I've spotted something. A skull. It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre.
Would open this thing. Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking dudes to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking dudes to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking dudes to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands. You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking dudes to open it for us than for it to by her own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? What? You got rocks knocking round that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it for us than for her to budge by her own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? What? You got rocks knocking round that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it for us than for her to budge by her own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? What? You got rocks knocking round that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it for us than for her to budge by her own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? What? You got rocks knocking round that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it for us than for her to budge by her own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing?
No rest until the cure's found.
Once, this was a tavern, or a hotel, or a brothel.
That's not good.
Killed by
Pretty
sorcerers.
good, ain't he? Bet he'd even rock.
A valiant warrior against
That
the void.
divine voice.
Taken too early. Or you have interrupted my newest...
The bard clears his throat as the...
Wait a moment. Losa? At be still, my wretched, wretched heart. The mistress of song is here! Madam, now that I can count you among their number, I should never find... Please, would you let me compose a poem for you? It would be the most... Oh, of course, madam, of course. You mustn't allow me to detain you. But do know...
As you go, he clears his throat and starts to sing.
The mornings are darkest, and my crown told
Beautiful, isn't it?
And the beard into my soul, and there's tar in my wishful mind's well. I look to the day...
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up. Then a smile creases...
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. A bold choice, on the face.
He raises an eyebrow.
I don't give a rat's ass what they say downstairs. The Magisters is all that stands between us and the Voidwoken. We shall...
An empty belly is a maudlin.
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine to the dead. He's as stubborn as a corpse and smells the part to boot. No wonder Papa Thrash gives him the stink any time he tries to go downstairs.
And so did my heart.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on the counter in front of her, where she has 6 glasses in a row. With the nails she slides one of the drinks towards you. Her head bobs.
And that. Nothing like a glove.
She slides another glass of ale toward you.
Bottoms up. Cheers.
Her gaze swivels.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Another. What do you mean? These are
She raises a glass and...
a changing tide. Psh, give me one good reason.
She stares you down.
Oh.
You'll know I'm wrong. Another
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
Blessings before imbibing in this establishment.
The soft lines of a...
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. Rare for an elf, but all the more impressive. You and my Niles might even get along. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him. A fine physician indeed. That's my boy. Some say oh, but it's so good to meet a friend of Niles. No one in our little town can appreciate work so fine as his, you know. All his instruments and books are stored away upstairs, all but forgotten. It's such a terrible waste. Well, if he ever comes. Anyhow, what can I get you? We've only got amber ale, I'm afraid. Can't spare. Coming right up, darling.
She nods an uninterested greet.
Here for the fight? This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Well, I look for...
The cook acknowledges you with a small...
Please, sir, you should not be back here. It's not safe. Sharp knives, boiling liquids, short tempers. Don't underestimate the dangers here.
What's this? I found something.
Hey, up! If it ain't the beast, man! Can't believe you found Driftwood. How do you smell the ale over all that?
The unfamiliar dwarf scratches his head nervously, then...
Hey, shh, keep it low. I don't need magisters crawling.
I'll be quiet as a mouse. You bet. Squeak, squeak, squeak. You want an engraved invitation every time? You know the way in.
Spotted something. I need a shovel.
You want an engraved invitation every time? You know the way in.
telling you, if they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to...
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it. Until later, then.
How you holding up? It gets harder and harder to see the bright side. Driftwood ain't safe.
Wars are brewing, my friend, and we may find ourselves on different sides, in which case prices will go up. Buy now while you still can.
Keeping it together, Bree. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs.
My word, but you do look exhausted. I bet you could use a touch of magic.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
Yep.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I can turn aside fire, cold and poison. But wide woken, God knows what'd stop those beasts.
Cold steel it is then.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget.
Queen Justinia executes 2 dozen noblemen. When the mornings are darkest and my crown holds the purple knell, when the beard aches my soul and there's tar in my fish mind,
Isabel?
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
The town is poor, but this room is rich.
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass. The ship is in the locker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows, and all are drowned but me. And yet, can you hear? The bell. Perhaps I am already mad. But I swear...
She buries her head in her...
Make it...
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you
You've
hear
got to
it?
pick who you can trust. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for
You
one
got that
night
right,
with a
Hilda.
lizard.
You
What
got
do you
that
want, fish
right.
face? Good. Before you go, help us settle an argument. Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends, but she isn't the brightest.
Thatcher grins hello.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards, and Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
They look at you expectantly. Thatcher looks victorious.
You're as bad as she is. Get lost then.
Eden turns back to her dress.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. If you're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard, then you're an idiot.
Doesn't this room strike you as eerie? There's a chill in the air, a deeper darkness in the... But, of course, I should hold my tongue and stand guard. All...
Here now, when one's in a small town, one must expect small town... Have you a reason for barging into my room, sir? No harm done, I suppose. Though why I pay good money for these still. I may as well introduce myself. Baron Levere, at your service. I'm a wealthy man, and wealthy men need protection. Especially the merchant's burden, you see. He must escort his merchandise, always.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard, then you're an idiot.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilda. You got that right.
Travels, you say? And why would you assume I'm a traveling man?
He laughs heartily.
Of all things, I wouldn't have thought my axe. I am traveling, yes, to Arx. Lucian's Day will be upon us soon. A celebration no man with a heart that is both as pious. I go because it is every citizen's duty. That said, I do have more secular motive. As a merchant, it is quite my favorite.
Careful now.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard, then you're an idiot.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. It's a shame, eh?
An absolute shame.
Alexander, slaughtered like a supper lamb. Poor dear.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this. I hope they round up them sorcerers for good. I ain't...
You said it, Hilka. You're...
One night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
I'm telling you, if they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah? You'll be with the magicians caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Look at that. A fresh face. Stout and sturdy. Just how I like my dwarves.